everyone, Jerry, welcome. Everyone should become very aware of the fact that we have one body for life. We do. One body for life. But now, with modern science, we're able to get spare parts. Your kidney fails, you can get a kidney put into you that will continue working for you. You can get a liver put into you, or part of a liver. You can get a heart put into you. You can get muscles, you can get skin, you can get gut, you can get poop put into you to create an environment that's better for you to thrive in your gut. Brain transplants haven't happened yet. Cornea transplants happen. All kinds of transplants are going on. So we do have spare parts, but the number of organs that are needed by people who need them, we don't have enough organs to go around. We don't have enough organs to meet that demand. Why not? Why aren't there enough organs to meet that demand? There are not people dying every day. There are. There are not people dying every day with organs that could have been transplanted into other people that need them, that are alive. So why do we have a problem with getting organs? Why are there people alive? Why are there kidney patients on dialysis that require a kidney transplant but can't get them? They have a long waiting list. That's with everything. Heart transplants, even worse. Liver transplant, because kidneys you have two. So you can live with one. So there's more room for a kidney transplant, even from a live donor. Because you can live with one kidney. You don't need two kidneys to live. You can live with one. So you have a good friend, good family member, a child, a parent, a spouse. On dialysis, you can give them your kidney. Of course, they have to evaluate you to see if you can actually live with only one kidney. Absolutely. But they'll evaluate you. People do better with a transplanted organ than they do taking care of their diseased organ with medications. Now, just a few statistics to make this a little more real, which is why it's something I talk about. I haven't mentioned it here on IG Live, but I talk about it to my patients a lot. Because patients that get a kidney transplant do much better than patients that are on dialysis. Actually, let's push this this statistic further. Patients that make it to the waiting list, they make it to the waiting list for a kidney transplant. Because if you're on dialysis, if your kidneys have failed, and either you're on dialysis or you're not on dialysis yet, but your kidney function is less than 20%, you're eligible for a kidney transplant. You're eligible for a kidney from either someone that's alive or someone that's passed away. You're eligible for it. I heard Idris Abdul Karim, wife gave him her kidney. I did not know that. That's fantastic. And that's awesome. And it's something I encourage, because I get this from family members a lot, you know. Actually, I get it from the patient. The patient will say, "Oh no, I don't want to get my son's kidney. Oh, I don't want to get my son's well, it's actually kidney. That's because they're two." And I tell the patient, I'm like, listen, I believe that your son wants that opportunity to bless you with his kidney. And when two things will happen. He will feel much better that you, his father, is doing much better. Has a better chance of at a good long life as a result of the kidney he's given you. Yes? So he will feel much better, and you will do much better and feel much better for getting it. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Because we do a lot of tests to evaluate whether or not you can actually donate a kidney. That's why, if you're on the kidney transplant list, for you to have gotten onto the list, we've done a lot of tests to make sure that, one, you can actually withstand the surgery for the kidney transplant. Because the kidney transplant, that's surgery. So you have to have enough reserve within you to actually go through the surgery. That's another reason why reserve is so important. Making many more deposits than withdrawals. What are your deposits? Tell me again. And I'm going to ask this question every single Tuesday. What deposits can you make into your health account? And then I'll ask you what withdrawals you can make from your health account. One of them is surgery. Surgery is a big withdrawal from your health account. But what are the deposits you can make into your health account from which you can now withdraw? That will give you the reserve you need to withstand the surgery. Because that's the first thing they check. They check to see, can you withstand the surgery? They do lots of tests, especially on the heart. That's the main thing that fails during surgery. And the most common cause of death on the planet is heart disease. So they check to make sure the heart can withstand the surgery. Then they check to see whether or not you, the recipient of the transplant, whether or not you would benefit from the kidney of whatever organ is being transplanted into you. Would you actually benefit? Do you have a disease process that will just eat up the new kidney? Then it's of no avail. There's nothing you can do to prevent the kidney from being eaten up by the disease that eats up your first kidney, right? But there are things that can be done. We become proactive about that to prevent the same problems that led to the death of your own kidneys. Yes? Your own kidneys, they burnt out because of some process like diabetes or cancer process or other infiltrative diseases. Certain diseases will just infiltrate the kidney and inflame them, and they burn out. Well, the same processes can happen to the new kidney. But many times there are things that can be done to prevent them from eating up the new kidney. These are all part of the evaluation that the patient has to go through to get onto the transplant, to get onto the kidney transplant list. So, what does that translate to? Well, patients on the kidney transplant list are healthier than patients that are not on the kidney transplant list. They last longer, they live longer, they're healthier. Because they've done all kinds of tests to be evaluated to see if they can withstand the surgery. And if they can't, they get everything done to get them into a position where they can withstand the surgery. So they're much healthier. But what I want to encourage everyone listening to today is to become an organ donor. When you go, leave your kidneys and every other organ behind for people that are living to use, to live with, to live better as a result of. I think it's one of the best things. I mean, on my license, clearly I'm an organ donor. So if anything happens to me today, every single organ in my body should be donated. Absolutely. Because I want people here to live. So you that you're leaving this planet prayerfully to a better place, leave things behind that will benefit many people here. Be an organ donor. You can get on your driver's license. That's the best way to become an organ donor. Ask your primary care doctor about it. Yeah? Or just Google it. How do I become an organ donor? It's too easy. Everyone should be donating their organs. There should be lots of organs available to people who need them. And here's a very sad statistic. Most people that need organs donated are minorities, especially black people. We need them more than other people do. Other ethnicities do. So we need organ donors more, but we donate the least. Go figure. We donate the least. But we need it the most. Why is that? Why do you think that is? I'm asking, I'm just putting it out there. It's just a fact. It's a known statistic. And when I heard it, I was a little disappointed. But it made sense. It's a cultural thing, I believe. We just don't think it makes sense to us. Many people of color, black people, many black people, just don't believe in it. They don't believe that's the way to go. They want to leave here with their whole body intact. Why? To do what with? No. Leave it here. For people that are alive and living. Lady Tony, welcome. Leave it here. For people that are alive and living, leave it here. So this is Donate Life Month. And with Donate Life Month, I want you to become more aware of what can be done for people that need transplants. So people that need a liver, need a heart, they need cornea, but to see better. They need a kidney. They need lungs. All these organs are transplantable. And you can't take them away with you. Well, no, you can't. You can't. You can't. They turn into dust. They disappear. They don't stay in the body. So instead of them just being eaten up by all the, I'm going to get morbid, by all the, what are these things called? That eat up the body. I'm blanking out now. But instead of decay, instead of the body disappearing, give out the organs. Give them out. Don't let them rot with the rest of your body when you pass away. That's a waste. Let people that need them get them. Let it be such that you, first of all, it might even be your family member that needs it. So I'm talking about deceased people that passed away, their organs being donated. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, it becomes very, very important to get to a place where you can actually donate your own organ, especially your kidney, because you have two of them, to someone that needs it. Especially if you're healthy, because you have to be healthy to do so. Yeah? If you're not healthy and you require both kidneys to maintain some health, then you won't be a good candidate for it. If he says, I have been an organ donor for the past 15 years, fantastic. And I encourage that. Yeah? So I'm Joseph, welcome. And OG Paris, welcome. It's very, very important to start thinking like that. Start thinking as to what you can do to empower people around you. And they have all kinds of fancy schemes where you can't donate to your brother because you have a different blood group or you have certain things that make you not compatible to donate to your brother. But you can donate to someone else that requires a kidney. Yes? And that person has a brother that can donate to him, but it's not compatible with him. They can swap. There are all kinds of interesting ways to maximize the very scarce organs that have been donated out there. Very, very interesting, creative ways to maximize the organs. But I'm asking for anyone listening to this to, one, become an organ donor. Let it be on your driver's license. Don't waste the organs you have. It's so important. I think it only happens because people don't know better. Because no one listening to this that's not an organ donor should remain not an organ donor after hearing this. Why? Please, I really want to know. What would prevent you from donating your organs when you pass away? Why are you not an organ donor now? Look at your license. If it doesn't have organ donor on it, you're not an organ donor. Why not? Let's talk about it. I really want to confront this issue because I believe knowledge is power. When you know better, you do better. And only when you do better will you have better. So do better now. Yeah? Do better. Now that you know better. It's because you know to donate your organ. Donate your organ. People need them. Donate your organ when you pass away. And we all will at some point, right? Well, when it happens, let your organs go to put it up for great use. It's a divine... I always see it as an expression of your divinity. You're passing on to a better world by the grace of God. But you're leaving your organs here for the living. To live better. That's divine. that's of God. That's something that I encourage so powerfully. And I, of course, as a dialysis doctor, I have to deal with this with every single dialysis patient, because I encourage every single dialysis patient to get a kidney transplant. I actually encourage patients to get a kidney transplant before they go on dialysis. Once they're below 20%, they're eligible for a kidney transplant. So I encourage them. I tell them to start talking to your family members. And it's always a very interesting point where I realize patients that have a strong social support system and patients that don't have a support system at all. Those with a strong support system, they have lots of people that are bending over backwards to give them a kidney. They've been nice to them. They've nurtured them. They've probably provided for them at some point. For daddy or for mommy, right? Well, there are those that have no support system. And no one is bending over to donate an organ to them. Very, very sad situation when I see it. But it's real. It's what it is. So for those that don't have a support system and have to get a deceased donor kidney, they have to go on the transplant list. And then they'll be depending on other people that pass away to have donated their kidneys, so they will be able to get them into their bodies. Now, I mean, what's the downside of donating your organs? Of course, you have to have surgery to donate your organ, right? But you're not having surgery to remove a cancer. You're not having surgery to fix anything. You're having surgery to remove something that you can live without. Totally different experience, totally different healing period and healing experience. It's much better, much easier. You're not in the hospital for a long time at all. Literally days, a couple of days, 3 at the most. Of course, you can have complications. I'm not going to, I always give you balance. It's surgery. Surgeries do get complicated, okay? But an organ donor is very rarely, the recipient of a complicated surgery. An organ donor usually has a very seamless operation to have that organ removed and placed into the recipient. So I really want to impress on you. Get your organ donor status. Yes? Make sure that's clear. Make sure there's no issues with that and you can donate your organs. Very, very important. I can't stress it enough. All right? Because, of course, not everyone can donate an organ once you pass away. They look to see your history. They look to see whether or not you have kidneys that are worth having in someone's body, right? Or organs, rather, not just kidneys, or any organ. Whether they're healthy to place in someone's body. For things like kidneys, some people get 2 kidneys transplanted because the kidneys are not very strong. They may have 50, 60%, or even, 50, 60% function. You put 2 kidneys in there, it's better function for the patient. So we get creative in this world of transplants, organ transplants. We get very creative to come up with the best scenario, best situation for the patient. Godfidence Chris, welcome. So I really want to impress on you again. I'm going to continue saying it. If you have not become an organ donor today. Today. Let someone benefit from you passing away. You'll be grieved, be mourned, absolutely. But then you'll be loved on by that person who you gave a kidney to, or you gave a heart to, or you gave a cornea to, right? You'll be loved on. I really want to impress this on you. Oh, yeah. I can't stress it enough. Because I spend a lot of time talking about wellness. I spend a lot of time talking about how to optimize your health, how to prevent disease and illness. I don't spend any amount of time talking about transplantation and death. And it's a big deal because there's lots of discussion being had today. May at 20, welcome. There's a lot of discussion being had today about end-of-life care. End-of-life care is a big discussion. And it's a discussion I believe everyone over the age of 50 should have with their family. Or younger, but over there 50 for sure. Have a discussion with your family as to what you want done. Should you be in a position when that that comes up. Mike says there's the fear that in case of an accident, doctors may not make frantic effort to save the victim if the organ is very compatible to a rare patient indeed in need of it. Talking about donor on license. Okay, fantastic point. Fantastic point. Thanks for raising that, Mike. Peaches Kenty, welcome. So that's a very interesting point, right? And the interesting thing about it is, especially in movies, we see it more in movies, right? Where the patient has a very rare disease and there's someone that's on a life machine, that's being kept alive by a breathing machine and maybe medications to keep the blood pressure up and things like that. And because the potential recipient has a rare disease, they are now looking to end that life prematurely to get the organ to the recipient. That's in movies, though. Because in real life, heck no. It does not happen like that at all. At all. Because the discussion you have with the potential recipient is very rare you're having that discussion before that patient passes away. Now, having said that, when we've discussed end-of-life care, and we've decided that, okay, we want to have a termination where we turn off the life machine and we let the patient pass away. Before that happens, of course, they're going to ask you, the family, whether or not you'd like to, especially when there's nothing on the license of the patient that's about to pass away. They'll ask you, would you like to they'll ask the family rather, would like to have his organs donated. There's nothing in his will or his advance directive that talks about it. Will you sign for this? Now, of course, at that point in time, it's hard to educate anyone about organ donation because you are grieving your loved one. That's not your priority then. Grandma Fancy, welcome. That's not your priority. Your priority then is to grieve, to mourn, to pray for, to hope and hope and hope that your loved one makes it. But it's a discussion that has to be had because we want to get the organs donated right at the right time. At the right time. You don't want the patient, the circulation to be totally gone before the organs are transplanted into the recipient. You don't want a situation where we're scrambling around after death, yes, to figure out whether organs can be donated or not. Because then they have more injury time. Yes, and we're trying to decrease the injury time of those organs that are going to be transplanted because then they're less likely to be successful in the new host. This is a very important discussion, guys. And I really want you to be impacted by it because we need more organ donors out there. We need so much more organ donors because the numbers are pretty pathetic. And they don't have to be. I know it's strictly as a result of education. Because when you know better, you do better. There's no one out there listening to this who should not be an organ donor. Unless, of course, you can't be because you have a disease that makes your organs not right to donate. And let that, I'm not even going to go through those diseases. I want a situation where everyone hearing this finds out whether or not they can donate their organs. And if so, becomes an organ donor on their license. And if you can't, they'll tell you can't. Because there'll be actual questions that you'll be asked. And if any of them are affirmative, then you can't be a donor. But find out first. Get out there. Get out of your comfort zone. Okay? Maybe it's just comfortable to think that you have all your organs intact when you die. Okay, I get it. That's your comfort zone. That's your knowledge, what you know. Okay. I'm trying to infuse some more knowledge into that brain. Yes? So that with that more knowledge I'm putting into your brain now, you make a different decision. You have a different perspective, a different mindset about it. Because we need your organs when you pass away. Which eventually you will. So when that happens, let that be something that people will benefit from. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm going to continue repeating myself about it because it's one of those things that I don't really hear people talking about it. And this is Donate Life Month. I've not really heard much about it. There are organ walks. They do all kinds of walks in charity to raise money because it's expensive. The surgeries are expensive. The medications that people have to use to prevent their bodies from rejecting the organs that are transplanted into them, those medications are expensive too. And it's a lifelong thing. Oh, well, for most of your life, you need those medications to prevent your body from rejecting it. Of course, the more related you are, yes, to the person, to the host, the initial host of whatever organ was transplanted into you, the more related you are, the less the medications you will need. You need less medications to prevent your body from rejecting that organ. But obviously, for a deceased donor organ, well, you need medications to prevent your body from rejecting that organ much more than you would if you were related to that person. But that shouldn't be that shouldn't be a preclusive thing. Don't think because you need less medications if you're related to the person, then I'm not going to get a donor, an organ from someone that passes away because then I need more medication. No, get it. Because you're still in a better situation with that donated organ than you would be if you didn't get that organ. The medications you need to prevent your body from rejecting the organ shouldn't prevent you from getting an organ. No. Don't let that prevent you. So whenever I hear that from patients, and there have been providers that have accepted that as a reason not to get the transplant, I always know, and I prove it every single time, that decision was made because of a lack of education. The patient just didn't know better. When they know better, they do better. When they know better, they do better. It's a rule, it's a law. Know, to be, to do, to have. I mention it all the time. Because you can't circumvent that. You can't, there's no getting around any of those stations. You become, so you do, so you have. Yes? Okay. You want to get your license to reflect that you're an organ donor. If you haven't, do it today. And I want to get DMs from many of you saying you just did it. And I'll give you double thumbs up. And God bless you real good. Because someone needs it. Someone needs it yesterday. Someone's about to die because they can't get it. Someone's life today could be saved if someone else passes away and gives them their heart, or gives them their cornea, their eye, or gives them their kidney or their lung, or their pancreas. Diabetes could be cured for forever. I mean, listen, I get excited when I get knowledge to disperse. When I have something that I'm so excited that someone's going to get and act on. Because you have to act on this information. You have to ask people around you, your sphere of influence, are you organ donors? Are you an organ donor? Why not? And talk to them. And that's the beautiful thing about being able to do what I do. Being able to talk to you about things like this. I make an effort to do it in such a way that you can go out and now teach this to someone else. It's very simple. It's not hyperfalutin at all. It's very, very simple. Just ask them, are you an organ donor? No? Why not? Or you don't know if you're an organ donor? What does your license say? Does it say an organ donor? Or you're probably not an organ donor. Go and become an organ donor. Let your organs be put to good use after you pass away to a better place. Tell your friends that. Tell your family that. Tell your parents that. Yes. It's needed. And you're not any less human if your organs are taken out when you pass away. But does it really matter though? You're not here anymore. You're gone. If you're gone, let someone else benefit from what you had. Especially if you had a good one. The way you should be thinking is, man, this heart ticker just stood the test of time. Just this cancer of my foot that's taking me out, but my heart is ticking strong. You know, I want someone else to benefit from it. That's how you should be thinking. It sounds morbid because we're talking about death. But here's the thing. We're all going to die at some point. The Bible says 70 and 10, so 70 years. Modern science, we're outliving 70 years. Many people are 80, 90, 100, 110. Many people are living to good, ripe ages, which is awesome. Many people are not. But regardless, when you go, you go. So when you go, leave some things behind. So you're remembered with joy, you remember that, oh man, the guy that had this heart, you see what he did? He did this and that and this and that. Now it's my turn with my strong heart or my strong kidney. Have that discussion about end-of-life care with your family so they know what you want done. So not just organ donation. There's also a function of, do you want to be kept alive for a prolonged period of time, your heart being, pumped on and your body being shocked out of abnormal rhythms in case of acute, demise, acute, where you're actually dying, either because your heart is giving way and you have abnormal heart rhythms, or for whatever reason. Do you want aggressive measures to be taken, or do you want to be left to just die, natural course, especially as you go over the age of 60, 70, 80? This discussion should be had. Because it guides the healthcare provider to provide the best care for you. And again, because you have an advance directive not to be resuscitated, or not to be resuscitated in terms of brought back if you die, right? Or to be intubated in terms of putting down the tube into your throat, into your lungs, to hook you up to a breathing machine because you can't breathe on your own for whatever reason. And you can have advanced directives where you tell any healthcare provider that comes, that engages you when you're in the hospital, they know not to resuscitate you should your heart stop beating. They know not to hook you up to a breathing machine if you have difficulty breathing. They know to let you pass away peacefully. These discussions should be had. And it's at that time, you also talk about organ donation. So, GBA community, you heard me say it over and over again already today. If you're not an organ donor, get out there and become an organ donor. Someone needs your organs once you pass away. Many people need your organs once you pass away. Quite a few people can benefit from one person passing away. Because there are many organs in that one person that many people can get. But it will only happen if that person is an organ donor. So I really want to impress on you. Get out there and become an organ donor. Have these end-of-life care discussions with family. Let your family know what you want done. Because we're meant to live life fully. And this life we live, this life is for the living. But the dead can add to it when they die by becoming an organ donor while they're alive. So if you're not an organ donor, you've got to become an organ donor. That's the bottom line. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. And if there is, tell me. Let's discuss it. Let me illuminate that picture. Like Anthony, welcome. And Evie Perron, welcome. There's no reason why you can't. I really want to impress it upon you. Because someone needs your organ today. Actually, someone needed your organ yesterday. So, you can give away a kidney. You can give away part of your liver. Yes? The other organs mostly you get from a deceased donor. But there are other places, the other things that be transplanted. Poop, that's transplanted from a live donor. Bone marrow, that's transplanted. Yes? So there's so many different types of transplants, organs that can be donated, either from a live individual or from a deceased donor. So I really want to get it across here that you are doing a lot for many people. You're being very impactful on many people by becoming an organ donor today. So get out there and donate your organs. Very, very important. And of course, you know, it bears saying that live a good life so you have good organs to donate. Have healthy organs. Take care of the blood pressure and the diabetes and the cholesterol. Don't let them beat up your organs so you can donate them. And someone else can enjoy them. Don't have them totally destroyed by your lifestyle, eating the wrong things all the time, not exercising, not sleeping, stress all the time. No. Learn to live well. Learn to have a healthy lifestyle where you're eating the right foods, right? Drinking your water, right? You're moving your body, you're exercising daily, you're sleeping well every day. Get healthy, guys, so you can donate your organs. You can donate healthy organs. But again, like I said, if your organs are not optimal, we can still use them. Okay? So, Elizabeth, welcome. Next week, I'll be talking about a very interesting topic that stems from many of the things I see today. Many things that come across my my table, so to speak, in my clinic. A lot of it boils down to the liver, the gut. So next week we'll be talking about liver disease and how it pertains to wellness. Because every disease improves with wellness. Every disease improves with a healthier lifestyle. Every disease. Not everything needs medication. Some things do, absolutely. Some things need medication, especially things like antibiotics. Many diseases need medications like that. But many diseases do not need medication. You just need a change in your lifestyle that caused you to have that disease in the first place, like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol. You can turn those things around totally with what you're eating, how you live. So next week we talk about liver disease and wellness. It's been an interesting discussion. I want to take this opportunity now to, first of all, thank my DBA community for coming on Tuesdays like this to listen to me ramble on and on and on. Sometimes I have guests, sometimes I don't. But it's a platform that I cherish. It's something I don't take for granted because, first of all, this is your time. Time is precious. And it's time that you're losing right now, period. It's going. You're losing it. Every minute that goes by, another minute you've lost. But you want to make those minutes that have added value to yourself. So I don't take it for granted. I really want to be in a position where I add value to you. It's my North Star. How do I add value to you? How do I add value? And one way I know to add value is to teach you how to be healthier. My father calls it oral therapy. Oral therapy, because I'll talk about it. It's talking. It's just talking. I don't have to touch you. That's why I can do it virtually. It's just talking and teaching you the little I know about living a wholesome life. Living a life that adds to you and adds to people around you. Because it's a choice. You're making choices every day. Every time you put something in your mouth, you're making the choice. You are. Because what you put in your mouth is either going to lift you up some more or tear you down some more. Now, those things that may tear you down some more, if you see them as what they are, indulgences, then you can turn that tear you down portion to actually lift you up. Because if you're doing it once in a while, you're rejuvenating with it. Yes. You're rejuvenating with it. And you're supposed to. Whenever I go on vacation, I rejuvenate. I'm going to eat a little bit more riskier than I do when I'm at home because I'm on vacation. But see, even then, I see it as indulgence. This past weekend, over Easter, I was indulging. I did. But you see, I saw them as indulgences, which you should. So you package them correctly. If you're going to have your steak and chicken and pork, have tons of vegetables. Tons of vegetables. In the morning, you're going to have all kind of crap through the day. Have your oatmeal in the morning with fruits to boot. Listen, make your deposits so you can make withdrawal. I mentioned deposits. What deposits can be made? I haven't got an answer from that. Please put in the comment section, what deposits can you make towards your health account today? Mike says, I have conquered the greed of money. I'm working on being an organ donor while alive or posthumous. Thank God I'm healthy. I don't drink, smoke, or womanize. Awesome. So, here's the thing. I love the fact that you're working on being an organ donor. That's fantastic. And I want to encourage everyone listening to this to go and do that. It's very, very necessary. Many people out there need your organs. They will have a better life with your organs. You'll be impacting a father or mother. You'll be impacting some kids who are about to lose their father or their mother. And you'll be able to prevent that from happening. Prevent them from becoming orphaned. Or from losing a parent. Or a brother. Or a child. Oof, a child. So, I can't stress it enough. I hope I've impressed on you today about donating your organ. It's very, very important. There's no other way to put it. It's super important. And again, you won't be here. So give the organ out, please. Please. People need them. I'm an organ donor on my license. Are you? Till next time. Oh, one more thing has just come through. It's a great thing to be an organ donor, but I've heard a few people say they fear if they find themselves in a critical condition in a hospital, they won't be saved for the reason of their organ. No, not at all. Not at all. And here's the thing. Hospitals cannot afford. They can't afford. In the current climate, they cannot afford to be labeled as a hospital where they want to get your organ as opposed to save your life. No, not at all. They can't afford that. It's ridiculous, to say the least. So it is a myth. Thank you. That's the best word for it. Not a fact, it's a myth. So yes, get your organs donated. And here's the thing. If they're trying to save you in the hospital, they will save you if they're going to be able to save you. That's a God thing. Not even a doctor thing. It's a God thing. If you're meant to live, you will live to the glory of God. Yes? If you don't, and you pass away, let your organs be donated. Don't live in the fear that they won't save you and prevent you from passing away because you're an organ donor. No, don't even think about that. Don't think about that at all. Yeah? They do certain things to improve the state of your organs while you're alive before you pass away. Yes, they will do that. But those things that they do will not affect your ability to live or your chances of living. No, they won't affect that. Okay? So it is a myth. So for those of you who have not donated your organs, get out there and donate them. Let's talk about liver failure next week, liver disease next week, and wellness. Come with your questions. Come to participate. Come to teach me, because I'll be coming to teach you a little bit. But I want you to come and teach me too. When it's your time, it's your time. That's right, Evie. Totally. Thanks, everyone. Always great to talk on this platform. I love doing it. I could do it for hours. Unfortunately, I've been told 1 hour is long enough. Some people say talk for less time because you don't keep people's attention that long. And I say, well, I have a lot to say. I have a ton to say. And many people have tons to say too. I'm giving people a chance to come on here and say what has to be said. Let's discuss. Let's debate. Let's make people's lives richer, fuller, easier, more fun. Because life is meant to be that way. Till next time, everyone. Bye-bye.